Hi everyone, we're back. I'm going to move pretty quickly through the turns on this series. So we're on turn 15 and we're building a falcon, another falcon, we're building a rush and a tranquility with transwarp drives and Mark IVs. So 4 ships getting built and we're going to head straight into turn 16. Okay, we're at the end of turn 16 here. And we are building a rush, a tranquility, a falcon, and another falcon at our 4 star bases. We're going to head to turn 17 now. Oh, I'm developing this cluster with the falcons. I'm not sure if it's going to bear fruit before turn 25, but it'll definitely be a good forward operating base. So we can see there's a lot of activity as our ships fly around. All right, turn 17. See where this one takes us. All right, I've played turn 17 now. We're building a Merlin this time. I'm going to make my first Merlin, probably the only one for this demo. Tranquility, Falcon, and a Falcon. Things are going great. All those star bases are in steady production. Just going to double check that I have the money appropriately arriving for next turn here. Actually, I don't. I forgot that step. Just want me to think about it before I hit this end turn here. This guy has to bring the money from here. I'm going to bring 1,000 mega credits down there to build our next rush. Actually, we just need a little bit. Oh, we do have enough. I actually did think that through. Okay, so sorry about that little interruption, but looks like we've got 300 coming from this medium deep, and we've got 90 over there, and we've already got 857. So we're actually okay there. Now, just one small tip I wanted to bring up. I don't worry about temperature or things like amorphouses. These guys are dying, but the money and everything that I'm getting out of it is worth it. So, you know, over here, I've got amorphouses. They're dying. I haven't worked this out yet. But before the ship limit, I don't worry about these things too much. I just colonize all the planets and get the mines going and then worry about that stuff later. And sometimes the population can get really low, and I often will put the colonists down on a planet, build 200 mines, and then move those colonists to the next planet, build 200 mines there. And those other mines are decaying, but that's okay because we've had to carry less colonists as we advance forward. So it's a way to keep going forward. Okay, let's go to turn 17. You can really start to see the hubs. Okay, I'll play turn 17 and see what comes next. All right, turn 18 has been played. So homeworld, we're building another tranquility. We're getting a nice transport drive falcon in the north, another small falcon in the south, and of course another rush here at our factory Centuria. We are continuing to develop over here, and finally our money-making planet in the north is really starting to produce a lot, 2,400. You can see this avian is incomparable to the other money-making planets that we've had. So we've been a little tight on money in this one, but we're going to keep going and see what turn 19 brings us. Some games you're going to get more money and less minerals. This is one of those ones where I got a lot more minerals because of those reptiles, those reptilian natives. And a lot less. Money's been extremely tight in this one. So we're going to see what we do, and I'm going to play turn 19 and see where we're at turn 20. Okay, I've played turn 19, and we're going to be building a falcon down at our southern starbase, a rush, of course, at our factory, tranquility, our homeworld, and another transwarp drive Gemini in the north. We've got just enough money to do that, and we can afford to do it because of the Gipsodos that were there. So the only other thing of interest is that we're towing our Merlin down to the Bobinoid planet down here in the south, where he's going to be able to make some more stuff. We're continuing to develop here. So I'm going to head to turn 20, and then we're going to take stock on where we're really at and how things are looking as we head into the last 5 turns before the ship limit. really, when we come into the last 5 turns, this is where the big production is going to come. We've got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of moving parts here as everything is coming together, but we're really going to get multiple starbases producing. At this stage, we've had just one starbase going, producing rushes all the way since turn 12. So let's have a look. First off, let's just have a look at our fleet. It's turn 20. We've got 47 ships now, 32 planets, 4 starbases. Things look pretty good. In fact, if you were to consider a lot of players at turn 25, even good players at turn 25, might have a fleet that looks a lot like this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18 Falcons. So that's a pretty good Falcon fleet. We can definitely do stuff with that. We can trade them off to people. We can do a big RGA attack. We've got 1 Transwarp Drive Gemini. We've got 4 large deep space freighters, a bunch of medium deeps. We've got our 1 Merlin, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rushes already. So we're doing pretty good. This is a pretty fine looking fleet already. But we've got 5 more big turns before the ship limit. So things are looking great. We've got 6 tranquilities here. Unfortunately, we haven't, because we've been kind of in a low money scenario, this whole thing, we've only got Mark IVs on those. And that is a bit of a trade-off for sure. And we don't have high-tech beams on anything. I definitely do not worry about having low tech on my heavy carriers, but it is nice to have at least a few Mark 7s around. Fortunately, we can build some with PPs after the ship limit if we need to, and when we're not pressing so much to get rushes. So this fleet is looking quite good. Turn 20, I think we're in a really good development stage. The exciting stuff is starting to come too. We're 1 turn away. The money that we need to build a rush here at Centrum is 1 turn away right now. So next turn, we should be able to queue a rush here. We've got tons of minerals there. We've got money coming from the north. So I expect us to build 4 more rushes out of the north here before the ship limit. And down in the south, everything has finally arrived. The money's finally arrived to raise the tech levels here at Fornax as well. So my hope here is to build a rush this turn and head towards building 5 rushes here before the ship limit as well. So those secondary or 3rd and 4th star races are finally going to start coming online, really heavy production in the last 5 turns. And that's going to bring up a lot more rushes. And of course, Centuria is going to continue to develop. It's been in steady production ever since. In addition, our home world still has a lot of minerals on it. We've been bringing stuff in from this area here. I'm thinking in 2 more turns, we're going to be able to raise the tech levels here as well. So just before the ship limit, we might be able to get 2 or 3 rushes out of this starbase as well. Maybe with a little help with our Merlin coming back to bring some molybdenum. And over here in our little outer colony, we've got an outside chance that we might just be able to get this starbase up and produce 1 or 2 rushes as a sort of a cherry on top to kind of finish what we're up to here. So right now we have set the stage for a huge production over the next 5 turns that is going to make this fleet go from a great fleet or a good fleet to a great fleet, and that's the big challenge. So very exciting. And you can see our empire is quite compact. We're really focused on the planets that we've developed at this stage. There have been a few moments now. We're starting to see it here. I've got a Tranquility that's come out this direction. He could bring those minerals back. He may or may not do that. Same thing with this medium deep. You start to get to a point when you're producing so many ships that you start to wonder, what do I do with all of them? That's usually a good sign that you should start sending out to go out and explore and colonize some of these other planets. But you've got to make sure that every planet that is producing minerals, that those minerals are reaching your star bases. But here, for example, at Centrum, we've got so much tritanium, we'll never be able to spend it all. So I've stopped bringing tritanium here, or I'm stopping to bring tritanium here because we're going to need, after the ship limit, to build star bases on all of these other planets so that we can queue everything up. And Anyways, this is where we're at. I think things look great. I'm excited about the next 5 turns, and I'm going to stop here and see where this takes us. Thanks for watching.